So good evening, everyone, and thank you for coming this evening. My name is David White. I'm the Interim Director of the Community and Economic Development Office. Very excited to have you all here and be part of really a great tradition and celebration of really our great sense of community here in the city of Burlington, and in celebrating many of the volunteers and recognizing the community organizations and partners that really help make Burlington the great city that it is. This event has been going on for many years now and really fits into a theme of what happens at this particular time of year is National Community Development Week here at the end of April, where we celebrate the community development work both in the realms of housing and community development and economic development that the Community and Economic Development Office undertakes on your behalf. And we celebrate this through recognition and some awards that Mayor Weinberger will present here in a couple of minutes. The first thing on our agenda, however, is a presentation by the Bhutanese Nepali Heritage Dance Group. I invite them to come up. They're going to perform a couple of times during our program, both now and at the end. So with that.
Hi, everyone. My name is Bishnu. Thank you, Pat, for letting us to be here today. We have been running a small dance group since almost 3 years now. We have only the small kids from 4 years to the school students. I would like to say thank you for inviting us today. I really appreciate it. I want to share the culture that we have. When I came here first time, I felt like I'm lost. It's very hard to figure out where you grow and how your life was, and when you come to the totally different earth, different place. So you are not able to think that what is the next step you do. But finally, the people in these areas are so nice, and I would like to say thank you for supporting us in each and every steps. Because of that reason, we are here today, at least standing in front of people like you. So, when the kids are growing up, you always think about what you want to do the next, how the surrounding is, how you want to keep your kids safe. What are the ways? So I found one way through entertainment, through enjoy how to teach the kids. So I found the thing is that through dance, I would like to teach some cultures, some important things for the kids. So since 3 years, we have been running a small dance group called Bhutanese Nepali Cultural Heritage Dance. So we have also the Facebook. If you like to just go give us a comment, your thoughts, your ideas, it will be really appreciated. So today I'm here with the two dance. It's totally a cultural. You can see that the way how they wear their dresses. So it reminds me the years and years ago. Usually the people in the countryside, not only in the programs, every day in their life they used to wear those kind of dresses. So thank you for my two kids to have all those things. So I hope you guys will enjoy the opening dance. It's totally a folk Nepali dance. So thank you.
Thank you so much. Thanks for sharing that. That is just an expression of one of the things I love about Burlington. There is such a rich cultural traditions here that are new today, but if you go back generations, Burlington has been a welcoming place for a variety of different cultures that have really make Burlington the rich and vibrant place that it is. So I want to introduce Mayor Weinberger, who's here to present the awards as part of the program.
Good evening, everyone, and let me echo David's thank yous. That was amazing. That was really quite special, and I really appreciate you coming out and sharing with you, and we're going to have you back for some more later, so thank you. I also want to thank David White, who, as most people in the room probably know, has been doing this demanding, challenging thing now since the beginning of the year of holding down 2 jobs. He has been our longtime planning director, head of planning and zoning, but since January he has also been the acting CEDO director, and having to split his time between the ground floor and the top floor here in City Hall, and has been doing a great job on that as we move through this time of transition for CEDO. Hopefully, fortunately, we think we're getting towards the end of that period, but I do want to say thank you, David, for being willing to step up in this role. Pitt, thank you for taking the leadership on arranging this really special and important night that has become a great tradition that CEDO has put on for many years now. Each year is different, it has its own flavor, and I think this is a great addition of it, Pitt. So thank you for your leadership and working so hard to make this a success. All right, so we now have 3 different awards that I have the privilege of giving out, and we're going to bring some other members of the CEDO team up here in a moment to help do that. The Celebrate Burlington Awards are an opportunity for us to reflect on the important role that community members, volunteers, and professionals play in making Burlington such a wonderful place to live, play, raise a family, start a business. I think we have such an engaged community. It is something we almost take for granted, is how active the community is and how Burlingtonians, and I would say Vermonters in general, but I think particularly Burlingtonians show up and are engaged and do things. And but we can't take that for granted. You know, not every community has that kind of spirit and that kind of energy propelling it forward. And I do think this is a special night for us to take a step back and say, of all that incredible engagement and volunteerism and civic commitment that we have, there are several people that amidst all of that really stand out and are worthy of special recognition, and that's what we're going to do right now. We have the 3 awards. The first award is for the Peter Clavel Award, and I don't see Peter, but I do see Betsy Ferries here with us tonight. Betsy, thank you for coming and being part of this. Betsy, of course, is Peter's partner, for anyone in the room who doesn't know that. And why don't we have Jillian Nanton, who is our Assistant Director for Sustainability, Housing, and Economic Development within the CEDO team, come on up. And I'm also going to announce and invite up the 2 award winners. So Owen Milne and Dan Hawk, could you come up, and we'd like to say a few words about each of you. All right, so the Peter Clavel Award is honors a professional whose leadership has advanced social equity, environmental stewardship, quality education, economic growth, and vitality in Burlington. Are we all set, Charlie?
Sorry
We're good?
about that.
Okay, so again, this is an award for advancing social equity, environmental stewardship, quality education, economic growth, and vitality in Burlington, in the spirit of our former mayor. Owen and Dan embody that spirit, and each of them has really very substantial accomplishments that have added to the community in the last year. Owen his contributions span many areas, private, public, and nonprofit sectors. And it includes helping to create Detail Works, a social enterprise that hires young people who enter Spectrum's circle of care and provide them with the skills they need to succeed in life. Most recently, his work has included his role as the executive director of the Lake Champlain Community Sailing Center, which over the last year has gone through this remarkable milestone of opening this new sailing center. After years of working out of makeshift spaces on the waterfront, Owen has presided over the completion of this new state-of-the-art, world-class facility that is a true landmark on the Burlington waterfront. He has done so in a way he weaves together the cultural, social, and environmental cloth that will allow Burlingtonians to support and enjoy Lake Champlain for decades to come. So Owen, thank you for what you've done in so many ways. Dan has also made many contributions to the community. He most notably through his work at Bike Recycle Vermont to provide affordable bikes to low-income Vermonters, many of whom cannot afford a car and rely on their bikes to get to work, to do other critical transportation around town. He successfully guided Bike Recycle Vermont's merger with Old Spokes Home, which has led to a stronger community, has brought great energy, vision, and compassion to this combined entity. And if anyone hasn't yet been to the brand new facility on Winooski, you really got to get there. It is a remarkable transformation of what used to be a trolley barn or a bus barn. It now has at least its third incarnation as a transportation hub. And it is, we just had the mayor's book group there last week for a great conversation, and the space worked perfectly for that. It is really just a wonderful evolution of this combined organization. So Dan, thank you for that. Thank you for this great addition at a time when we really need it, I think, as we are relying on our alternative transportation infrastructure more and more. And congratulations to you both on the award. All right, next, Pitt, if you could come up, and we are now going to award the Herb Blumenthal Award for Community Activism. This award is presented to a community leader for their tenacity and commitment to improving Burlington's neighborhoods and the broader community. And the recipient of the 2019 Herb Blumenthal Award is Adin Haji. Adin, come on up. All right, so let's go on a little bit about what Adin has done to make the community stronger. He has worked to organize events such as the Speak Up Roosevelt Forum, led youth basketball tournaments, and a Dr. Martin Luther King Day panel discussion. He's increased youth engagement and fostered greater understanding of equity, diversity, and immigration within Burlington and within the broader Vermont community. Adam's work has sparked necessary conversations, involved new voices, and made our community stronger. Adam, congratulations. All right, and finally, Kelly Arns, representing the CJC, is going to join me here. Rachel was unable to join us tonight, so thank you, Kelly. This is to award the Ken Schatz Award. And this, Ken Schatz, of course, who was a former city attorney and has now gone on as serving in leadership roles in human services with the state of Vermont. The Ken Schatz Award honors those who have demonstrated exemplary commitment to restorative justice, community-based responses to crime and conflict, and preventing recidivism in the criminal justice system. This year's award winner, and I believe we have, unfortunately, it's going to go to one of our police officers. We can't be here, but the department is here to represent him. This year's award winner is Sergeant Brian DeFranco. Sergeant DeFranco couldn't be here tonight because it is unfortunately turned out to be the same night as his son's graduation, but we are proud to honor the deep dedication he has shown to the youth of our city through his commitment to building relationships with individual students and their families and looking for alternative paths to justice. For his trailblazing work in a new role at the police department, in which he is coordinating a neighborhood-oriented policing initiative, and for many years serving as a school resource officer, which is a critical role and one he really excelled in. I got a number of occasions got to really see Sergeant DeFranco in action at the high school, including during that week when we relocated the whole mayor's office out to the high school. It was just totally clear to me what a huge presence Sergeant DeFranco had on that community. So in absentia, let's congratulate Sergeant DeFranco and come on out to the All right, my work is just about done here, except that we do have, for each of these awards, there are other nominees, and some of whom I believe are with us, and we have, at the CEDO table, there are certificates for the, all of the nominees. So with that, thank you. Thanks again to the CEDO team for making tonight possible, and back to you, David.
Thank you, Mayor. It's always a great opportunity to kind of step back and recognize the folks that really help make our sense of community strong and help move our community forward. I think the last thing on our agenda here this evening is a final performance from the Bhutanese Nepali Heritage Dance Group. They will kind of close us out here this evening. I invite you, when they're done, there's refreshments on the table. There are some displays here of the work that CEDO's involved in. Please take your time looking through those things. There's a variety of folks from the CEDO staff here who are happy to answer your questions. So with that, I'll turn it over to our dancers. Thank you once again, and thank you all for coming tonight.